And we are live, Matt.
Yes.
Here we are, the Tangentlemen drinking and thinking with Lee and Matt. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
That was slick, wasn't it?
It was.
I'll try and
slick.
do that again. We're on so we're on some wine today. We're on some red wine. We're getting I don't know, would that be artistic? You can drink some red wine. I don't know. Well, we're going very middle class today, that's for sure.
Well, you know, it's like we're going romantic. Red wine, isn't it?
That's exactly why I pulled it out. Yeah.
Yes.
So I had to as Matt said, feng shui my room today. It was more just so I had somewhere to fucking move and do working out and things like that. I went into my cupboard, which has been shut for a year, and basically found a bar. I found red wine. I found vodka. There was a little bit of rum, which I donated. But yeah, so we're on the wine. Didn't know what we were going to speak about today, but I think it's bang on, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think subconsciously I wanted to talk about it. It must have been that, mustn't it?
It might be. It might well be.
So was this your question or my question? Because it was on your list, wasn't it? Matt's got a little list in his old phone.
Had a little list, yes. Because my phone, well, the screen stopped working, so I got a new phone, and it wasn't backed up.
Yeah. Back up your stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Lest you lose it at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to do it automatically, right?
Yeah.
It just stopped doing that around April.
Ah, okay.
So it was a minor pain in the backside.
And now a major pain in the backside.
Now a major pain in the backside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
But right, so question, easy to say, harder to answer.
Mm-hmm.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me
no more.
It's fair use because we sung it, all right?
Yeah.
No
exactly.
strikes against us, motherfuckers.
Yeah. And it was like less than 10 seconds, so we're fine.
Yeah.
YouTube, you naughties.
You naughty boys and girls and algorithms and AIs.
Naughty algorithms. Naughty Susan doing her things.
What? Susan?
Yeah, the CEO.
Oh,
Susan Wojcicki.
I have no idea who people are. I'm topping you up already, Matt.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not really a red wine fan normally, but I think this podcast is going to add a breadth to what I like and things like that. It might just make me into an alcoholic.
Well, you never know.
Drink the.
We are day drinking. So.
Yeah. Right. So yeah. Right. First thoughts. What is love?
Well,
lots of ways to take this, isn't there?
Yeah. What kind of love do we mean? I guess is the first question. There's different types of love.
Couple, isn't there? There's quite a few, isn't there? So you got your classic romantic love, red wine, candlelit dinner, romantic love.
Yeah.
Platonic love of a brother. I say as I touch Matt's arm, I'm looking longingly in the eyes. Longingly. Jesus Christ, this wine.
Yeah. I nod along as I move the hand slightly further down.
And to bring it,
I'm not really doing that. I'm not really doing that.
He does it sometimes. No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Well, we need more wine.
Yeah, I'm a 2-wine kind of gal. Then I'm anyone's. What other love? Let's bring it back on track. Familial love. You know, love of a family member. Love of a cat or dog or pet.
Sure, yeah.
That might be familial as well.
Yeah. Well, there's a common thing running throughout all that, and that's it requires like something and it requires two things. It's like
it requires two people to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, or a person and a cat or a dog.
Yeah. Do you reckon you can love an inanimate thing?
Well, people do. Didn't someone marry the Eiffel Tower?
Probably. They marry all sorts of things now, don't they?
Yeah.
Back in my day, just marrying people. Now
you
can marry whichever way you want.
Now you can marry a building. Well, there's also like the whole like people nowadays are single is not a thing.
Is it not?
Well, it is, okay. But people are sort of saying that they're self-partnered rather than single.
So they love themselves.
Yeah, kind of. Or you get fulfillment from your I may be wrong about this, but Emma Watson, I think, is one of those.
Yeah.
Who is self-partnered.
Let's find out if Emma Watson's self-partnered. If she is, I'll be devastated.
How can I compete with myself? Yeah, there you go. It was right there.
Self-partnered. Right.
Oh, that's just what she calls it.
To
stop the tears.
Right. Let's go on to Vogue. We haven't been on to Vogue for a share screen.
No, never. There she is.
Gorgeous girl.
Interesting hair. She looks very 80s there.
Very jazzy.
She looks like
rolled up as well.
Like it, yeah.
Very 80s. And there's two patterns though, Emma. That's a bit too jazzy. Anyway,
we know you're a fashion model technically as well as an actress, Emma, but come on now.
Too much going on there.
We clearly know.
That's a big pin as well.
That's a huge pin.
A big necklace. And some very jazzy
there's something with the safe. There's some meaning behind that. I
can't
remember what it is. Yeah,
a cause.
Probably some kind of
like that.
Cause. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Christmas. I don't care. Just tell me what.
Why are you self-partnered, Emma?
But again, two prints. What? We're not talking about fashion, though, are we? I think this is like a hoodie.
I thought it was actually a snake around her.
Is it?
I don't know. It's probably a hoodie.
I think it's some kind of hoodie.
Probably. So she's like, turning 30. Oh, that's interesting. I'm about to do that.
She's older than us.
No, she isn't. She's about to turn 30.
No, in April. No, oh, right, okay. That's next year. Okay.
Yeah.
She's younger than us.
You are 30.
I thought it might have been an old article.
True. Oh, there we are, self-part. There we are. Look, if it's staggering to think that Watson worries about this stuff, it's come... Oh, hang on. We missed some context.
What are Emma Watson's dreams?
Which begs the question, what are Emma Watson's dreams? She turns 30 in April and describes 2019 as having been tough, in inverted commas, because she had all these ideas about what life was supposed to look like at this age. You're an actress, you're very rich, and you're a model. I think you're doing all right, love. I was like, why does everyone make such a big fuss about turning 30? I should do a voice for her.
Yeah, go on. She shares.
I was like, why does everyone make such a big fuss about turning 30? It's not a big deal, she shares. Cut to 29 and I'm like, oh my God, I feel so stressed and anxious. And I realize it's because there's suddenly this bloody influx of subliminal messaging around. She's actually more intellectual than my voice making her sound. I knew that already.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be funny to do a ditzy voice.
Yeah.
If you've not built a home, if you do not have a husband, if you do not have a baby, and you're turning 30, and you're not in some incredibly secure, stable place in your career, or you're still figuring things out, there's just this incredible amount of anxiety. Let's pause there for a moment.
I'm getting an awful lot of anxiety because I don't have a husband either.
No,
or a
baby.
Don't have a husband. I haven't built a house. It's on my list. I want to build a house. Incredibly secure, stable place in my career. That could be further from the truth.
Yeah, I mean, she's sort of like, she's not talking about that, and she maybe should be. She's talking about, well, we'll get on to what she's talking about. If it's staggering to think that Watson worries about this stuff, it's comforting too. I've never believed this whole I'm happy single spiel, she continues. I was like, this is totally spiel.
That's her word. She's like, you know when like something becomes part of your lexicon, doesn't it? It happens to me all the fucking time.
This is totally
I'll start
spiel.
saying a word, and then it will be like people notice and like you say that a lot.
Were you barbered recently?
No, I just put it. I just sideswept it today.
Yeah. We're trying to make that the verb for getting a haircut.
Oh, of course, yeah, barbered.
Yeah. It's totally spiel.
Yeah,
getting barbered.
It's whack. I mean, that's quite.
That's bad. I like getting a haircut.
Yeah,
it's really spiel.
I just want to say whack.
I think spiel is like
bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit.
It's bullshit.
It's not spiel. It's right, a good thing.
Yeah. I'm happy. I was like, this is totally bullshit.
Yeah.
AKA spiel.
Yeah. Anyway, I got distracted by Emma's word use. I was like, this is totally spiel. And it took me a long time, but I'm very happy being single in brackets. I call it being self-partnered. Okay,
So she thinks it's spiel to be happy single.
Yeah.
But she's rebranded it.
Very Spanish here. Okay, she's about to talk about fucking activism. Okay, well, let's scroll back up to the interesting things she's saying. All right, so
let's talk more. Let's talk more. Right. So for one, I'm anxious now. I haven't done all the things Emma Watson said that people do. But
that's totally spiel. Lee.
I did have a freak out like 6 months before I was 30. I didn't realise why. I was at work. This was when I was in New Zealand, and my mum's like, "Oh, what do you want for your birthday?" And it's like, "I don't know, really. What you got in mind?" She's like, "Oh, I want to be something special because it's a big 3-0." I was like, "Oh fuck, yeah, it is." Like not to her, just to myself, like an inner monologue. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then we continued speaking, and then about 2 hours later, I just had a fucking massive panic attack, and I'm like, "Why is this happening?" Oh, it's the 30 thing. I need to go sit outside for a while. The existential dread just crept in around me and went, "Hello, you're about to get old, Lee. You've got a 0 at the end of your age." And I went, "No." Yeah.
Right. Okay. I mean, I think that's quite common with people our age these days.
I think so. Yeah.
Like there's a lot said about the millennial generation, which we are a part of.
Yeah.
I mean, we're sort of some of the least secure people.
Yeah.
Like millennials in general. And there are obviously like a lot of people are fine, but there are a few who aren't where they want to be because of various things that happened around our sort of come up. So we, like, tuition fees went up a fucking shit ton.
Yeah. And I mean, happened. They came back.
Yeah, well, they came back and they got bigger, and then we had like the whole thing of
those bloody recessions. We had those.
Recessions,
we had 2 of those.
Did we have 2?
I think so. 2008, and then there was a smaller one in 2011. But because the first one was so big, they just made it into one big one. Made it like a super recession.
Right. The 2 recessions added together.
Says Lee, the economist. Not.
They added together the recessions.
I think so. I think I'm just on the arse end of one.
Formed recession Voltron.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Crushed a small town.
Mega recession mon. Like in Digimon when they paired them up. I think that happened in those. I don't know.
Yes. Did it? Yes, I think it might have.
I think so.
Not seen
Digimon was whack.
Was it Spiel?
It was.
It felt like a copy of Pokemon.
Well, it came out first.
Really?
Yeah, it came out first.
So Pokemon was a copy of Digimon?
Pretty much, yeah, but better marketing.
I feel like
more money behind it.
I feel like I'd rather have a Digimon than a Pokemon.
But then you got to go into like the internet, haven't you?
Right, but like you can talk to a Digimon.
Yeah, true.
It's like all you're gonna get out of a Pokemon is its own name.
Its own name. Yeah.
Not even its own name, its own species.
Yeah.
You call your Bulbasaur Frank, he's still just gonna say Bulbasaur. He's not gonna say Frank.
Unless various combinations of the what is it? Fuck. So Bulbasaur has 3 syllables. There we are. Just a combination of the syllables of their name.
Unless you have a Mewtwo, in which case,
or a special Meowth.
Yeah, or that one Meowth.
Yeah. If you're part of Team Rocket.
Or Detective Pikachu.
But then, spoiler alert, that was his dad, wasn't it?
Wait, you've seen Detective? I haven't seen Detective Pikachu.
It's not his dad. If you're not halfway through that film and don't realise it's his dad.
What, his dad's a Pikachu?
Pretty much, yeah.
How did that even happen?
You'll find out. Watch it, it's good.
Is he half Pikachu, the guy?
Well, I've spoiled it enough for you now. I thought you would have seen it.
No.
You didn't see Detective Pikachu in Japan?
No. Well, I would have watched it in Japanese, and that would have just been...
But it would have been at like the epicenter of Pokemon Land. One of the days that we was there, one of our days out, I went to the Pokemon Center there. I took Matt to the Pokemon Center.
It was wonderful.
We had to go for like an hour and a half to get there, and it was one of the things I absolutely had to do there.
Yeah.
So you could say that I love Pokemon,
Yeah,
but do I?
Thank you for segueing back. Well, what kind of love is that? That's a different kind of love as well, because there's not two people involved in that. There's just one and a brand.
I mean, is it actually love? You know, or is it enjoyment?
It's well, it's, I don't know. It may be. I don't know if that kind of love is deeper than just enjoyment. It's like you have, maybe it affected your sort of upbringing in some way, or it gave you a bond with other people. Because Pokemon certainly did that with people of our generation. It formed friendship bonds and augmented them.
Yeah.
Like I have that with I'd say I still have that with like Star Trek. Not so much with Star Wars, although a little bit with Star Wars, but with Star Trek certainly.
Do you reckon you love Star Trek?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, fully. I mean, well, it's that same kind of love though. But that was different. I think Star Trek was a big bonding thing between me and my dad, because my parents divorced when I was like 5. And that was a big thing with me and him, was we'd watch Star Trek. So there's that element as well. And there's the idea of it's nice.
So then do we love it, or do we love the bonds that we make from these things?
Yeah, it could be that.
Because I mean, if
the effect they had on you and your life.
Are they like love enablers?
Possibly.
You know.
Well, it could just be that they shifted your perspective in some way. Perspective shifty enablers. Shifty enablers.
Yeah.
Those two words don't go together.
Yeah, because I'm not convinced we love things.
No, well, we form attachments to things, I suppose. But it's because of something else. It's like, I don't love my phone. But there's an attachment there because it connects me with other people. It's a different... I mean, when we talk about love between people, it's a little bit more... I don't know if it's more complex, but there's more to sort of look at there.
Yeah.
Because there's like the cynical way of looking at it, and then there's the not so cynical way of looking at it.
I'm wrapping my head around something, Matt. If you want to explain those two things, I'm getting somewhere.
Well, there's like the scientific... I say there's the cynical way of looking at it. It's more like the scientific, biological way of looking at it.
Like the realist way.
Yeah. Which is like... it's part of... It's part of our programming that means we propagate as a species, that we couple. And I suppose societally we've sort of evolved to the point where having like a unit is better for the rearing of young, the raising of children. So, I mean, there's that element of it. The more sciencey side, but there's something missing from that. I think, which is maybe like it's like a community thing where you have people are married for decades.
I'm wrapping my head around something. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever been in love?
What, properly? What is properly? I've definitely felt like I was in love at the time, but looking back, I'm like, maybe not.
Yeah.
Like I think back to my longest sort of attachment with another person. Yeah. Which was about 18 months, maybe a little bit longer. And I'm like, at the time, I was like, yeah, I definitely love this person. But I look back now and I'm like, I don't know what music she liked.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know I mean, I knew like what she wanted to do, and I knew like her passions and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Knew her family well.
Mm-hmm.
But there's stuff about her that I didn't really know.
Hmm. So should we know someone completely to love them?
I mean, we should know a fair bit.
So I mean, that comes down to compatibility at that point, doesn't it? You know, like what kind of music that she writes and things like that. And that's, I mean, it's very important for love, I would say.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, then you sort of walk into infatuation or lust and things like that, and that's a whole nother ball game.
I think it was more the other two. It just went on for longer than.
Because like looking back on my relationships, I reckon I've been in love with every single one of the girls that I've been in a relationship with. But I couldn't say that all those feelings felt the same at all. I would say that I loved them all. So my first love, loved her. Second one, very bad breakup, but still loved her. Third one, amicably broke up, loved her as well. Each of those three were very, very different. Which makes this question very difficult for me. What is it? Because I've got three like instances in my life where it's happened, and I think there's not really. I mean, there's certain things that I can grab onto.
Sure.
The physical attraction is there, being intellectually attracted to them, and talking to them excites you and things like that. I guess there is that part of wanting to know more about them, but I think that's still like a compatibility thing, and seeing if it's going to work. I don't know if that's us trying to self-select, self-select a mate. I think that I don't know if that's more of a on the cynical side of things. But there's those three things, but the feeling was very different. I don't know if it sort of it upped each time, because the first one didn't know what the fuck I was doing with love. It was like, oh, okay, I'm in this thing, head over heels sort of thing. Been out of her for a couple of years. Then, like, out of the blue, she splits up with me. Fucking ruins me for a little while. Second one, very long relationship. Then it all goes a bit fucking sour. We should have cut it about 2 years earlier, and that would have been fine.
Well, that one didn't. I know that one. I mean, I guess there wasn't the gap between where you were single.
That's 2 and 3.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
1 and 2, I had about 3 months.
Yeah.
And then jumped right back into a relationship at the end of number 2.
Was it only 3 months, or was it longer than that?
What am I talking about? 6.
Yeah, I was going to say
April to October, so 6 months.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Easter Sunday, she split up with me.
Wow.
Like, fuck, can't it just be like a normal Tuesday so I don't have to remember it every fucking year?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, cheers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I've felt the beginnings of it and the sort of beginnings of that kind of attachment a few times since that long. Because, I mean, no, I felt that a few times. Yeah. And I don't know. I think there was like a period of, oh God, let's say, probably like 3 years where those attachments ended with me getting stomped on like hard.
Yeah.
And that like ruined me. Made me not like women a lot, to be honest. And then getting away from, it was like having to get away from the country to get away from that.
Well, that's exactly what I did with number 2.
Yeah.
The first thing I did was book a flight out to see you in Budapest.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm fucking off. Goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, this is the first time I'm going to be back for an extended period, and that was like 5. So I've been away for like 5 years.
5.5 years.
Yeah, exactly. So it's, but I felt since doing that and since being away and getting over that stuff.
Yeah.
It's been like, okay, well, I've been attached, like, I think the closest, maybe like one of the closer ones that came to like proper love was probably sort of not too long after that whole thing. Maybe because it's like, oh, this new thing is here, and there we go.
Yeah.
It's like I've got a fresh perspective, and now I'm in this thing, and that was great. That was really good. But obviously, I had to leave the country.
Yeah.
And I was going to go back, but then there was a thing that happened. So I was like, I need to stay in the UK then. If this thing is gonna take off, which was like a writing opportunity.
Yeah.
And that didn't take off. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, fuck, I've got to go. I've got to do something now. And I've already told these people I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
So my position's filled. So it's like, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't get back to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Which led me to Hungary.
Yeah.
And then, on from there. But I suppose, yeah. I mean, those connections they're very powerful. Like I came in today, like you answered the door and like, how you doing? And I was like, good, because, and the first thing I told you was that I'm hopefully going to be getting back in touch with someone
very dear to you.
Yeah, very dear to me in Japan.
Yeah.
So
another reason that the phone is a piece of shit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. If you've got an iPhone 6, get a different phone. Because it will fail you. Yeah, it's like a mechanical flaw with it. Like a hardware flaw, yeah. So seriously, get a different phone if you have an iPhone 6. But yeah,
it is. It's an incredibly powerful emotion. And then, like, while you're talking about that, sort of, I'm thinking about all of these, like, other words for it, and wondering whether or not they mean the same thing. So we've covered two already. We've got lust and infatuation. Those I would not say I love. No. Lust is a purely sexual thing. You find them attractive. You want to get down with them.
Yeah,
you want to fuck them.
That's like the scientific one. That's like the animalistic. You are attractive. I mean, it comes down to you're attractive. I would like to mate with you.
Yeah. I think it's sort of one step above, because you've got that, and then you've got sort of like the bonding thing where you become a unit and you've got to raise that kid. Yeah. I think lust is sort of one below that, where you could just smash and dash, really, which is a very crude way of saying it.
Yeah, well, that can lead to that can lead to the other thing, but it can lead to dash. I think that's an animalistic thing as well, the dash, because like it's almost like you do your thing and you do that for a while, but then nothing's coming out of it, so you're like, okay, I'm off.
Maybe, yeah.
And that thing, you could say that thing could be like animalistically, that would be like young, like she's pregnant, okay, good, but that's not the case now at all.
No.
Because we're not as focused on that. And that would be like incredibly volatile if that was how it would be. Be a lot of, there'd be like loads of kids running around for one. Because we do like to bone as a species. We're quite fond of it. Yeah. So.
It's just so darn good now.
Yeah, I mean.
Bloody great.
Yeah.
You know? Oh.
Yeah.
Do I love sex? Probably not. Probably not.
I mean,
I'm infatuated with it. That's what it is. I love the idea of it.
Yeah. Is that what infatuation is then?
I think it is more of that. I think more of it is the idea of what this is, perhaps what it could be. I think we become very idealistic with it.
Sure.
Yeah. And then you've got things like, admiration, adoration, and things like that, which doesn't necessarily need the other one to engage with, I would say.
Yeah.
And then again, I think that with infatuation as well, you only need one person for that. I could be infatuated with you, for example, that I have on occasion, but there would have to be nothing. You wouldn't have to give anything to that.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Then you've got the whole thing of unrequited love, haven't you? Where you love from a distance.
Yeah. Mm.
And I don't think that's love.
No. Okay,
I think you're absolutely right. There needs to be two people in it. There's sort of this, this energy exchange, this energy loop to sort of come back and forth between you to feed that emotion and that bond. Yeah. Devotion, maybe kind of the same thing. And I think that's sort of like you can bolt it onto love.
Yeah. It's part of love,
with sort of these things, I think you can add them, sort of jack them into love and make it deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it definitely needs two people involved, because otherwise you're dealing with something else. Be that lust, be that infatuation. Conversely, two people can be infatuated with each other or lust after each other, but it doesn't require that. Love does not require. Well, love requires two. Lust, just like, damn. I would like to.
Boing.
Yeah, boing. What do they say in Wayne's World? Swing. Fucking Wayne's World. So yeah, it requires two people. It's a relational thing, isn't it? 100%. And it does require that for something to come back, because I think it would be very hard. Not for me, sort of thing. Not for a person. But it would be very hard for this to make sense for you to love someone who doesn't like you back. Because then I think you're still getting into something else. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I don't even think it's like a feeling either. Like an emotion. I think it's like an umbrella thing.
Okay.
Because we were talking, like I was talking about the bolting on, admiration, devotion, and care, respect. Like, you can't just love someone. There's a lot that goes into loving someone, be that a friend, be that a family member, be that a lover, a partner. There's a lot of stuff you got to do, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a lot. You can't just be like, I love you, so let's get married and I'll just love you and that be it. You've got it's fucking hard work. There's sometimes.
Well, there's things you've got to do. Yeah, there's roles you have to sort of undertake.
So it's more like a state of being, rather than an emotion. It feels like an umbrella emotion that has all of these different facets and requirements underneath it that we kind of fall into and we're happy to do because of this thing that we've got ourselves into. Because that's the thing, isn't it? We get ourselves into it. I don't think I've ever consciously fallen in love with someone. I haven't willed myself to fall in love with someone.
Yeah.
It just happens, all right then, fuck, all right. I want to see this girl every day, and I'm fucking really interested in what she does, and she excites me. And oh fuck, I'm in love. All right, come on, you can do this. Right, deep breaths, focus on the love, send it out, just fall in love with her. This is not how it works, is it? Kind of a situation we find ourselves in. Yeah. So I think that's what I think it is, man. I think it's a state of being that we stumble into and go, oh bollocks.
Which we put it above something animalistic. That's why I think there's something missing from the...
It's because we've got this bloody consciousness, Matt. There's bloody consciousness and this free will. Unless it's a deterministic universe, I don't really know. An assumed free will.
Unless we're in The Sims.
But the Sims 4 got quite good with their free will stuff. I just fucking let them do what he wanted in the end.
All right.
I played it a couple of months ago. Actually, when we started the podcast, I was like, I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
Fucking, I wasted a lot of time on that.
Just watching the little guy go around and
just do all of his skills.
Go to work, come back.
Like, if you lived your life like The Sims, you'd be so successful. Like, my dude was waking up at 6, 2 hours of skill building. 2 hours of skill building, goes to work for 6 hours, comes back, skill building, like works out, talks to people every day, like makes himself good. Like every day, he had like a lavender bath, right? Because it did something to one of the moodlets. Like, like you could like you had to have like there was like energize or focus and things like that. And my dude needed to be one of these things. So every day, lavender bath. He got in 30 minutes, loved it, came out feeling happy, banged on with a book. I wrote about 20 bestsellers in probably Sims time in about 3 months.
Damn.
You know, lavender baths, Matt, that's where it's at. Are you having your lavender baths?
No.
Well, we better start. Makes you more focused according to The Sims.
God, I'll have both these books done in a month.
Yeah. Just got to get into the lavender bath, and then but you got to wake up at 6, do 2 hours of skill building in the morning.
Right.
Yeah. Probably about 2 hours of running or weights.
Okay.
And he tried to get off, but I'd be like, get back on. You need to up it one more. I wouldn't do that to myself. I'd be like, I'm fucking knackered now. There's not someone clicking me inside going, go back on there. I'm like, no, I'm going out. I reckon next year I'm going to try and run my life like The Sims. I'm going to find out what I do in The Sims. I'm going to do it for a month and see what happens.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like your New Year's resolution.
Yeah. Be a Sim for 1 month. January is Sims month for me.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Like 2 hours. Like I'll find out what I'll do. I'll get a week. I'll put a week into The Sims and find out how I do it.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to timetable it and just stick to it and see what happens.
Oh, I'd be so interested if that actually like paid off.
Imagine if it paid off.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, it would
anyway, but that's for next time. Well, not next time, but in a few months' time. 2 months' time.
Yeah.
November. We're in November.
Yeah.
Yes, we're in November. This will probably come out.
Oh shit, we're a month from Christmas.
Is it
25th
25th today? It is indeed. Gosh, darn it.
Mm.
Wow.
Good grief.
Mm. Which brings us on to family.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So we love our family.
Yes.
If it's, it's been good.
Sure, yeah.
I'm sure there's people out there that don't love their family because nasty things happen and all of that.
For various reasons.
Yeah.
Well, that's a grouping and community and your clan.
Yeah.
And your tribe. That's the word I was looking for, tribe.
Because then
you have tribal attachment.
Yeah, because then like talking about like romantic love, and you want to know like what this person's into and you're really interested about them and things like that. I don't know if that's because they've sort of come from out of the tribe and you're trying to sort of build some rapport with them.
Mm.
But I'm not interested in everything that my family does. Like, like every, hobby and things like that, they just have them.
Yeah.
Maybe that just makes me a terrible family member. But I'd be more interested in a romantic partner's hobbies and aligning with those than aligning with a family member's hobbies. It's not really necessary, is it? I guess it's because we've got an in with the family. They bore us into this world.
Exactly, yeah.
We just kind of ended up with them. Yeah.
You're here, so... Yeah. And you always have been. Well, I suppose that knowing them from birth is why they're just a part of... They're almost just a part of the furniture. Which is why I guess people take their family for granted as well.
Yeah. No, very much so.
It's like, well, you're always here, so,
Yeah. And then I guess that happens also with sort of romantic relationships as well. You see them sort of break down sort of, 10, 15 years in.
Yeah, they stagnate.
You've got your first couple of years of honeymoon period where it's just all fucking and getting to know each other and it's all really exciting and things like that. And then you've got the power struggle of sort of trying to work out what it is with this other human being there. Right, okay, let's joust.
Yeah.
Not always in an aggressive way, but you see sort of these power dynamics happen in relationships where people try and balance it out. And then you got right, it's cool. It's cool, we've leveled out. And then you can take people for granted, can't you? And then you see
that's what
people cheating and
when the spark goes.
Yeah.
As they say. I mean, it's almost...
And then do you love them at that point? If you take them for granted.
That's a different kind of love as well. That's almost the familial love. I think that's easier. I think that can happen to couples who have children, because you fall into a routine of here's the child or children.
Yeah.
This is what we do. This is the routine. We're in the routine. We're doing it for the kid.
Mm-hmm.
The child is now
gone.
Well, the part of
the plan.
Well, the child is now sort of the linchpin almost.
Yeah.
And that can be. I think people can fall into stagnation that way. Yeah, I guess it's one of those things where I think people go, the child supplant. I think it's like people let the child supplant, working on the child supplant the work with each other.
On the relationship that they have. Yeah.
Because a relationship is like an F1 car. Like if you've ever seen on TV that they're like, it's like a car on life support. Like there's little tweaks you have to do here and there to get it optimal.
Yeah.
And they're constant tweaks. And I think like relationships are like that. And it's not, and that makes them sound like hard work. And they are hard work. I think they are. It's hard work that you want to do. So it doesn't seem as hard.
Yeah, and it's hard work that you want to do if you're in love.
Yeah.
Because you will see, if you don't want to work on it, then are you in love? No, maybe not. You might just be
you might have slipped out.
Yeah, you might have slipped out, and it might have all become. You're not consciously loving that person, are you? You know. Perhaps you assume it to be there.
Yeah.
You know, you've sort of hit a quota, and then you're just at infinite love at that point, and you're just like, this ain't gonna run out. Fucking does. You know. Divorce rates through the roof and everything like that, and that's a whole other bajingo.
It is. It is an entirely different bajingo. Well, I mean, if we just take our friend group as an example, we've got a variety, right? So we've got sets of newlyweds.
So we've got three. Well, we've got one who's a bit further on. Two relatively.
We've got like. Well, yeah. Well, one isn't a new. The one. We're trying to keep names out of it.
Right. So
I mean, Carl, we can say
because
you guys know Carl.
Oh yeah. So we've got four then. Yeah. So we've got A and S. So they're the longest ones.
Yes.
Then it was Carl and his wife.
Yeah.
Then M and Z.
Yeah.
Shortly after. And then most recently, A and H.
Yeah.
So that's four people in marriages.
Yes.
And
I mean, if we include the TTs as well, then we've got five. In some kind of relationship.
Oh right, yeah. And then, well,
I had to mouth that to him.
C and H, they've got a kid and are engaged.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then there's just us vagabonds who travel the world and don't know what the fuck we're doing with our lives, and we're flirty 30. Well, flirty 29 and 30.
Yeah. We're self-partneredly.
Yeah.
And that's what we are. And it's very empowering.
Apparently so. I don't like that spiel.
Well, I mean, we're being flippant. I'm being flippant about what she said, but she is right. It is a bit of a spiel. You must do all these things by the time you're 30. It's like that's not a rule. That's not something.
I thought she was saying it was spiel that you can be happy single, and then she said she was happy single and rebranded it.
Oh,
that's how I read it.
Oh, I don't know. We're having to double check.
Right. If it's staggering to think that Watson worries about this stuff, it's comforting too. I never believed the whole "I'm happy" spiel. I was like, this is totally spiel.
I'm happy single spiel.
Yeah.
I'm happy spiel.
Yeah. I was like, this is totally spiel. It took me a long time, but I'm very happy. I call it being self-partnered. Right, okay, so I think what she's saying is she was indoctrinated to that you must do all these things for a certain time,
Mm.
and you can't be happy single because you obviously have to do all these things.
Yeah.
She's done some work on herself, thought, that's all bollocks. I can be happy on my own.
Yeah.
I'm rebranding it. It's called being self-partnered.
Yeah.
Got you, Emma.
Well, again, she's a bad example because she's Emma Watson.
Yeah, very true.
So that is you know. You're a single woman in a Hollywood society that is completely fine with that, with you being an empowered activist who don't need no man. So you'll basically have all of the support you need to be happy and single, be self-partnered, and you're a famous actress and you're very rich.
I mean, looking at it, like, because I get what she's saying, that like sort of turning 30, there's sort of things that you sort of society has suggested that you should have done by now. You should have a house, be in a loving, committed relationship. Not necessarily loving, but committed one anyway. Maybe have some kids, be in a good place in your career, and things like that. That's fucking hard to do in like minimum 12 years. So like as soon as you get 14. So as soon as you get out of school, like start fucking working on it. Now, fortunately,
especially you've got to figure so much shit out.
Yeah. Fortunately, the people that were married, they were very lucky, I would say, to have met the people that they had in that time. To meet someone that was as compatible with them and to find that kind of love early on. But that's just one part of it.
Yeah.
Then to like fucking get a house. To get a house, you need money. So you need to be in a pretty good career or in a lot of fucking debt. That's a lot of shit to do by your 30. Fuck you, society. That's a long fucking. I mean,
when I think of how many people I know that have that, that's or something near to that, it's like it's maybe two of those couples. Debate. Who have really. I don't know about A and S, but with M, he's basically exactly where he would have wanted to be if you'd have asked him at like 16.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
So, what do you want to be? I want to be
this.
I want to be
X, Y, Z.
This exact thing. And it's like, okay. And he did that. And I imagine it's taken a hell of a lot of work to do that. And to be, and to sort of cultivate a successful relationship alongside that.
Yeah.
When you look at them, I think this is similar with Carl. I'm not around A as much as I am around M and Carl.
Yeah.
I have to fucking think about it every time.
Yeah.
But when you see them with their wives, it's like it's obvious immediately why.
Yeah.
They found
they vibe.
Yeah.
They vibe very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Carl and his wife, I'm pretty sure that they could probably talk about anything at length for an evening.
Yeah.
And they will.
100%.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen.
Yeah.
But it is a sight to behold as well.
Yeah.
Because they are very happy doing that to get each other.
Yeah. And with M and Z as well. They have their back and forth.
Yeah, it's building that shared ground then as well, isn't it? That at the moment we're sort of talking about a lexicon between two people, sort of a language that develops between them, and cues and things like that.
Well, it's like a negotiation. Like I would say, like a relationship / a marriage is like a long-standing negotiation between two people, where you develop an understanding as you go. Or it's a long-standing series of negotiations, I imagine.
Now, this is the thing that bothers me, right?
Right.
Because I wouldn't necessarily agree, and I might just be fucking picky, but I don't think that you should have to compromise in a relationship.
I didn't say compromise and negotiation.
We're near it though. I mean, because I get,
and there doesn't necessarily have to be
better.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a series of reprioritizations.
Okay.
I rebranded compromise, basically. I did an Emma Watson and rebranded compromise, because I don't think you should ever compromise in your life. It's not fucking long enough to compromise, because then you're not doing what you want. And at that point, what is the fucking point?
Well, I mean, the negotiation is... I mean, if you're doing it right, you're negotiating the optimum situation for both of you, and you're taking both of you into account.
Absolutely, and this is what, because I've heard a lot about compromising. You know, you've got compromising, right? No, you fucking don't. Yeah, absolutely, you do not. I like negotiation. It's because you're reprioritizing. Right? Mm-hmm. As soon as you start to compromise, you're not really. I don't think you really think about it. You know, I want to do this. All right, we'll just do that. You know, I want to move to Manchester because I've got a job there. Mm-hmm. If that's not what you really want to do, and you haven't thought about it, and you can reprioritize, well, what is more important at this point? Is my career in Hull more important, or is it staying with the person that I potentially love and want to be with for the rest of my life?
And if you make the decision, it seeds resentment in that. Thing.
Exactly, and this is a conversation I had with my last love, because we have very different views on what we want to do in the next couple of years. Yeah. So she is pretty sure on what she wants to do in her life now, professionally. Okay. Wasn't sure before, sort of going away. Now understands that she was in the right career, so that's good. Has a place where she wants to go and live, which is a fantastic. Well, I'd love to live there eventually. Now, if I were to go with her, or she were to stay here because at the moment, career is the most important thing. I want to start the coaching business, get that under my feet, then I can go. Yeah. But I can't be moving around to do that. I need probably a year or two to understand that, get certified, and have all of these things, start a client base and things like that.
Yeah, root and develop.
Don't really want to be moving on at that point. So at this point, we're at a juncture now. If one of us were to say, all right, well, you know, I'll just stay here because you're here, it will. We said exactly the same thing. One of us it's gonna come up every single time that you have a disagreement. Well, I fucking stayed here for you. Well, you didn't fucking have to. And, well, yeah, you didn't. Yeah, and you shouldn't. Yeah. What is more important to you? Yeah.
Right. That's something that came up with the girl I mentioned a while ago, with my the first one. Yeah. Where it was like she ended up going to the same uni as me, and I think she said, "I'm looking at your uni."
She went the year after, didn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was already there.
Yeah, I did my first year there in a relationship, which, you know, and here's the thing, maybe it was...
I was going to say something, but my voice would have dropped because of this fake. I was just going to say, dumb bitch. I went into a relationship about 10 days into going to uni, so I have nothing to say on this.
But you made the most of those 10 days.
I did as good as I could in those 10 days.
but yeah, like, it's... when she said that, when she said that, I said to her at the time, that might not be... Like, I was just like, okay, that's all right, but don't base that decision on me. Like, that's probably... If it's what you want to do, if it's like what you want to do and I'm there as well, then that's fine.
If I'm the added bonus, then great.
Yeah. But
if I'm the reason,
then it's unwise.
Yeah.
And sure enough,
it was unwise.
Well, not only was it unwise, it was thrown in my face.
Right, yeah.
And it's like, I did say.
Yeah. Do you remember I said this?
Yeah. Do you remember it's the exact thing I said when you told me?
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah. It's like, you know. But, yeah. So it's definitely something that can happen. That gets seeded in.
And I mean, it's easier to do that as well, isn't it? You know, it's easier to go, well, I'll do it because this person is doing it.
Yeah.
Because then nothing has to change.
Right.
You know?
There doesn't need to be any...
Your life doesn't need
done.
to make any significant changes in doing that.
Yeah.
If you were to... So, if one person wants to go away, because it's the easiest one. Yeah, let's do another one, Matt.
Yeah.
Thank you. If one person wants... Because it's the easiest one to do in a relationship, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The second one I'll come to in a sec. But if you want to go somewhere else, and you go, I really love her, so I'm going to follow her there. Now, you might have a good time. You might not. But it's harder for you to go, no, do you know what? You go. It's not part of my journey at the moment. Thank you, buddy. Cheers.
Welcome. Cheers. Eye contact.
Eye contact.
Very important.
Got to do the eye contact and the cheers. Otherwise, apparently, you don't get any good sex. Which could lead to love. Who knows? Depends how good you are at it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Or is that infatuation? Anyway, it's harder if you well, it's like that old adage, isn't there? If you love something, set it free, and then it might come back. I don't know about that, but it's going to be a lot harder for you to go, look, you go, you do your thing, I've got to do my thing. It's going to be better for you in the long run, universe willing that everything goes right on your journey, than it is to just go, I'll just fucking go with the flow and do what you want to do.
Well, M and Z went to different unis.
They did?
Yeah.
They did.
Did they do master's degrees? I know Z did. I think she did.
I think she did. Yeah.
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 So they recognised that.
Yeah.
They recognised that.
And that is tough as fuck.
Especially at that age.
Yeah. 18 to 21. Yeah. That's like prime bone time. That's when everyone is hormone to fuck.
Yeah.
And it's like smash and dash.
And I imagine it was difficult to do.
Because they are handsome and beautiful people.
Good God, are they ever?
Goodness gracious me, they are beautiful. They're a beautiful couple. It's envious, really. Jealousy. Jealous with rage. Jealous rage, there we are. Yeah, hugely difficult. Well, not difficult, but it just wouldn't have taken much, I guess.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, like, it's where... It's like the Star Wars adage of the quick and easy path leads to the dark side, right? And the more difficult path may be more rewarding.
Yes, it's hard choices, easy life.
Yeah.
Easy choices, hard life.
Yeah.
For 10 years I smoked, and I'm fucking coming back to quitting again. Fuck you, Singapore, for taking away all of my quit smoking aids. But it's easy. It would be easy for me to continue smoking until the day that I died, probably prematurely. But to go through that, any addiction and try and come off with that, it's hard to do. Like, it's fucking easy to just sate it, isn't it? Harder to go through the tension and the anxiety of not doing something. So yeah, absolutely. Easy stuff makes your life harder.
Man, running 5K is hard.
Yeah. Have you finished it now?
I'm on the last week.
He's on the last week, ladies and gents.
This week is the full 5K 3 times.
Right.
And it would be much easier to just stay at home.
Absolutely.
But I find myself actually wanting to do it.
And if you continue with that, your cardio is going to be better, your circulation is going to be better, your heart's going to be better, your lungs are going to be better. Yeah. Probably means longer life.
Probably.
Universe willing. That anything doesn't happen to you. Right. Which chances are.
Well, hopefully not.
But yeah, it would be much easier for you to sit on the couch 7 nights a week. Yeah. Become, lackadaisical. Yeah. Your cardio is going to be fucking shot.
Right. And at the start of this, there's no way I could have run for what is it, half an hour or so?
Yeah, it's about 28 minutes, I think, is like a good pace. Yeah. Something like that. So, that's like a decent pace on it. So, about half hour.
Yeah, so, and this week it's 30 minutes constant. So, it's, I could never have done that at the start at all. But it has made things I don't know, I can do it now. So,
which is incredible, right? That's what? 30 days?
It's 9 weeks.
9 weeks?
Yeah.
Nice. So you sort of 2 months?
Yeah.
That's incredible, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's a good program, especially when you've got Michael Johnson in your ear, who has a fantastic voice, by the way.
Is he?
Oh yeah, and he's a runner. Like they give you like the app, it gives you like an option of like whose voice you want, and they're all like sort of BBC sort of celebrity people. One of them was Sarah Millican, and I was like, Sarah Millican,
maybe
enjoyable.
Yeah, it'd be enjoyable. She's got a nice voice. I like her
it'd be
voice.
a nice little sort of companion.
Yeah.
You
thought, let's go for a professional run.
Yeah, only one of the people on the app was a runner, and I was like,
makes sense.
Well, it's obviously going to be the runner, the gold medal winning runner, world record setting runner. It's like that guy. And his voice is silky smooth.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
Probably the next thing I want to do, because I'm going through this thing called Hero's Journey. Oh. I think it's a 90-day thing. I'll put it over here. You do it daily, and they gamified it into like an RPG.
I like it.
So like day 7 is the Oracle. Day 18 is the chase. You're basically in a video game, and then you get to the end. I think you fight a dragon at the end. The last time I did it.
Nice. That kicking heroin habit that we got to
60 days. 60 days, and then you get to a boss fight.
Nice.
Yeah. Then 1 bar is 1 set, so you've got to do 10 sets at the end. Which is 20 lunges, 40 jumping jacks, 20 squats, 40 punches, 40 side shots, 20 infinity chops, which is just making a figure of 8 with your fists together.
Damn, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm curious about that.
Really good stuff. I like the gamified stuff.
Yeah.
So after I finish that, I'm only in the first week at the moment. I want to go back to the sort of catch 5K because I've tried to do it before, and it was easier for me to stop because it always is. You need to find something you enjoy as well, don't you? Just to sort of have that added extra little sprinkle at the top. So like, I can't fucking go to the gym. I fucking hate it. Absolutely fucking hate it. But I love going rock climbing. I do that all the time. That's a full body workout. If you do it long enough, you don't sort of sit around scratching your ass for 2 hours. Yeah. If you sort of commit to it, it's good. I'm fucked for like 2 days after I do it. If I've really put in a good thing, I'm fucked after it.
Well, to say, I'm the same with the gym. I don't like the gym.
I can't do it.
But I do like karate.
Yeah, exactly. You need to we need to be, not only do we need to make the hard choices, but we need to make the clever choices, don't we?
Yeah.
Understand our strengths and weaknesses and go, how can we make this easier? How can we make this better? Yeah. It's not necessarily,
well, how can we adapt?
Psychologically easier.
Yeah. How can we adapt this to ourselves to make it more, to make sure we do it? Yeah. Yeah.
There we are. Love. There's one more love. And there's one kind of love that only involves one person. And that's loving yourself. Which I think, in effect, is important for all of the other loves.
Yes.
It was a comedian who said it once. I think he's kind of like comedian / life coach. Okay. Right. I think, comedian / relationship coach. And he was saying, no one will ever love you more than you love yourself. Which is absolutely true. You know, if you're hitting, 30% self-love, no one's going to love you more than that. Because no one can. Right. No one has enough emotional investment in you. No one needs to care as much about you as you do. That's just how it works. Everyone's got their own shit, so to put all of you in them is impossible. So yeah, self-love. Loving yourself. That's a whole different thing, isn't it?
Is that the most difficult one?
I think so. Especially for me, I'm very self-critical of myself. Perfectionist, all that nonsense. Probably shouldn't be the hardest thing to do, but it probably invariably is. Yeah. We are more critical of ourselves than others. For example, in a conversation, for example, and it's not going too well, and there's a silence, we need to fill the silence, right? Especially on here, because people are listening to us.
Yeah,
so this is a bit of a different thing. But if you're in a conversation, be that professional, romantic, any kind of thing, if we were to stay there, depends how comfortable you are with a person into how long that silence can go. But say you've met someone for the first time, you're on a first date, and it goes silent for a second. You would allow 3 times the amount of time for the other person to respond than you would yourself.
Okay.
So say I was able to last 8 seconds in a silence with someone else, I'd probably allow them around 25 seconds to respond. I'd be more comfortable in their silence than I would be with my own. So we're probably 3 times more critical on ourselves if we just take that one bit, which then probably comes into how much harder it is to love, love oneself.
Okay. That is something that I run into with writing, where it's like, does this make sense?
Yeah.
Could this be better? And in a way, it does mean that I make better stuff. But it's also a big roadblock in the way. I think, like I said, I may have said this with the fantasy one I'm writing at the moment, where I added probably another quarter of it after Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Where I was like, is this earned? Are these moments in it earned?
Yeah.
Have I developed them enough? Do I need to do more work to develop them more?
Have I done the final series of Game of Thrones in this?
Have I accidentally made the final series of Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got as far away from that as possible.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah. It's like there was an example of it was, so there's I put a time limit in there, like in the story of 3 days.
So you got a ticking time bomb of something going to happen.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It was like these people are in a place, and the people in that place.
Yeah.
No spoilers, right? The people in that place say you can be here for 3 days, but then you're gonna have to leave.
Right. Okay.
And I worked with that 3-day window, and I was like, I plotted it out for the 3 days, and then coming back to it, I was like, why did I say 3 days? That's completely arbitrary.
Yeah.
It's like, what did it do? It's like, you've got 72 hours to crack this case or whatever.
God damn it,
McCulkin. McCulkin. But it was just arbitrary. It was just an arbitrary thing, and I was like, well, if I don't have that, I can write a better story. I mean, it'll remove a bit of the tension. So what I'm doing is I've plotted it out, and I've instead of saying 3 days, I've got in parentheses number in capital letters, so I can go so when I'm reading through, I'm like, oh yeah, I need a number of days.
Whenever I do that, I have to put it in red because I've missed it once.
Really?
I think I missed it in an essay once, and they're like, "What does this mean?" I was like, "Oh fuck!" I think I put quote question mark. Didn't put it in red. You're like,
insert quote here.
What is this? So now I have to put it in red because I will not see it otherwise. Yeah.
Oh man.
So I think we probably are. We probably are more critical on ourselves in terms of love, because again, we don't. For one thing, we don't want to be lonely. I've read loneliness once as, for one, psychologically, it's got the same pain as being punched in the face, being lonely.
Oh,
yeah, it does the same thing to your brain.
Jesus,
basically.
Okay.
Not with sort of brain damage. You get just getting punched basically. So if I punched you in the arm, it would have the same cognitive effect on us as being lonely. And we just don't fucking like being lonely anyway. So I think we will look past things in a relationship.
Yeah.
Some things are more important than others, and then in that respect, then you need to, reprioritize and things like that. I could talk about relationships all day. It's part of my job, but what was I saying? Yeah, we'll be willing to look past those things to have someone with us. If we're on alone or not, then we're still there. So we're going to be more critical because we're the permanent thing in our lives, aren't we? That's what we see in every waking second, every waking minute, every waking hour.
We're in our own company the most.
Yeah. So I would say it's probably hardest to love ourselves, and that'd be I think it's a whole kind of different love. as well, because I think under the love umbrella you've got more stuff. You know, like, you know, survival for one. Don't want to necessarily die if everything's, you know, going well in your life and you're not having suicidal thoughts. You want to survive. You want to be there till the bitter end. And yeah, we are in our own company the most. I think that's a question to leave on. Do you love yourself?
Do you love yourself?
What do you think love is?
Not like that, you dirty-minded.
You naughty naughties. Yeah.
Naughty Susan.
Bloody Susan.
They're talking about...
I like how you didn't say the end of that word. So plausible deniability.
Plausible deniability.
We actually said master. So there we are, naughty Susan.
Actually, I said mastering your skills.
Susan. Naughty Susan.
Naughty Susan.
Bloody naughty Susan. But there we are. Yeah, there's love. What do you think love is? And do you compromise a lot? If you do, don't fucking do that.
No.
Yeah, they might just fucking let you down later anyway.
They might. I mean,
someone once said to me that everyone will always let you down eventually. Now, it doesn't have to be some catastrophic, you know, letting down, but they will always let you down at the end. For the reason that we said, because they've got their own stuff. And they can't possibly have all your stuff as well. For one, you don't show them everything. You haven't got time to.
Right.
You don't know half of it yourself. But yeah, people will always let you down. But on the stuff that they do show you, probably don't compromise. It's probably a spiel move. It's total spiel.
It's very spiel.
Just if that happens, get your hair barbered. Find someone else, you know.
Yeah.
Or be self partner.
Or be self partners.
You know.
Don't be scared to be self partner.
I don't think you should either. You know, we are more connected now. We just need to be aware, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, now we can get into social. Right. Well, I think we're bang on time, guys. But yeah, what is love? Baby,
I want to know what love is.
We're just gonna have
That's
a bit
enough, Susan.
Yeah, naughty Susan. Anyway, see you later, Susan. See you later, boys and girls. Love you lots. Truly G. Bye.
Bye-bye.